Madonna's Papa Don't Preach was one of her all-time hits, but right now the Material Girl and mom is begging her son to come home, battling her ex for custody after 15-year-old Rocco said he wants to stay with dad. ABC's Kana Whitworth has the latest.
Over the weekend, Madonna cherishing time with her family. The Queen of Pop taking to social media to express her love for her 4 kids. Madonna posting this picture with Rocco on Instagram writing, "Merry Xmas to the sunshine of my life." This comes as the Material Girl is currently embroiled in a custody battle with her ex-husband, Guy Ritchie, over 15-year-old Rocco. Rocco is apparently living with his father in England and reportedly doesn't want to return to live with his mother in New York. But last Wednesday, Madonna asked New York City Judge Deborah Kaplan to order his return from London.
It's a little unclear what exactly is going on, but it might just be a case of a teenager growing up and having some rebellious spirit. Even recently, Madonna said that Rocco really embodies the rebel heart. He's independent, he's growing up, and it's hard to raise a teenager, but it's especially hard under the microscope.
Madonna photographed leaving court last week after the judge ordered Rocco to return to the U.S. The teen will reportedly get his own court-appointed attorney, which might allow him to make a request to live with his father if he still wants to.
Since September, Madonna has been super busy on her Rebel Hearts tour, but he's joined her on tour, he's helping out backstage, and she said he's had a lot of fun doing that.
Madonna and Ritchie divorced in 2008, ending their 7-year marriage. Ritchie remarrying model Jackie Ainsley, with whom he has 3 children. ABC News has reached out to both Madonna and Ritchie. Neither has responded. For Good Morning America, Kana Whitworth, ABC News, Los Angeles.
And let's bring back ABC News legal analyst Dan Abrams. And Dan, Rocco is a child, but he's 15 years old. Does his opinion matter when the court hears this?
It absolutely does matter, but he doesn't have the final say. So he can't just say, I want to stay with dad, and people say, okay, you get to stay with dad. He's got to likely come home to New York, have this litigated in a New York court, which shouldn't take long when it comes to a custody battle like this. What'll happen is he'll be assigned an attorney called a guardian ad litem who represents the child in this case. If he wants to live with dad, he'll then tell his lawyer, I want to live with dad. Here are the reasons. He'll list the reasons. And then in all likelihood, if the guardian ad litem agrees these are good reasons, these are legitimate, the guardian ad litem would then recommend to the court, well, this is what my opinion is, as the representative of the child in this case. And when you're talking about someone who's 15, getting close to 16, that can have a lot of sway on a court. But remember, this is a kid who's in school. There are a lot of other issues beyond just, I want to live with dad, that need to be sorted out here.
And you say likely this will all take place in New York. Is there any chance that Guy Ritchie could have this heard in Britain, over in the UK, and what impact would that have?
He could try, but because the child is still considered a New York resident, I think that almost certainly the British courts would say they're dealing with this in New York. Very different than, for example, the Kelly Rutherford case, which we've talked about a lot here. In that case, the American courts basically sent the kids to Monaco and sort of invited the Monaco court to take over. You don't have anything like that here, so almost certainly you'd have a New York court resolving it. But it's certainly possible if this child, if Rocco feels strongly about that, that could have a big impact.
And you say hopefully, likely resolved soon. That's certainly best for everyone.
Yeah, it should be very quick when it comes to something like this.
All right, Dan.